Hey, what's up?
How you doing, brother?
Good. Sorry about the little thing back and forth. And then last night, I got rear-ended in a car accident, so I've been dealing with some shit today.
I saw your post, brother. I hope all's well.
Oh yeah, it's fine. They admitted fault and all that stuff. I posted that because I texted a couple of people letting them know what happened, and then word
Okay.
spread. So I
You need me
posted a blanket thing to let everybody know, and then I take it down.
All right. I'm going to open the show, and then we're going to get to some great stuff. We got a great show. All right.
All right, sounds good. So I've never done it's audio only, so it's interesting. I should have just did it on my phone, but that's all right.
Yeah, we'll do it this way.
My kitten Gibson, he's joining me. Hopefully he behaves because he likes to cause a lot of ruckus.
That's beautiful. That's with my killer Cujo upstairs. We got to watch that one.
I don't know if I don't want to put him in the other room because he'll cry. Yeah. You'll just hear him cry. So that's why I'm letting him sit here.
That's fine with me, brother. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the No Cover TV podcast. You just heard me, the artist, just talk a little bit. Well, welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Big Al, and I take that original, local, and national music and I shove it in your face. Every which way I can, you need to hear it. The music is great all around the world, all genres, all age groups. It's amazing. I feel honored to be able to bring you the story and the music from these artists. Check out the past shows. Check out the future shows. And today's show. Got an amazing show today. Before I get to the artists, use my 3 favorite words. Support, support, support your artists. Get to the shows. Pay the cover charge if there is one. Get to the swag table. Get a CD, an album, a t-shirt, a hoodie, coffee mug, keychains, bumper stickers. They got all kinds of swag. They can get to the stage, enjoy the show, and then after the show, greet them, meet them, get some autographs. You just never know where they're going. Because they love doing what they're doing to put a smile on your face. And in return, you put a smile on the artist's face. Great thing, great thing. And I also wanted to mention, I just added all the shows to YouTube. So if you're a YouTuber, just one word, No Cover TV podcast. So you can go to YouTube now instead of Spotify on the other platforms if you hate them. All right? So we're going to get to our guest today. This is going to be a good time. In the house today is the one, the only, the phenomenal guitar, screaming, rock and roll artist and vocalist, Christian Shields from Texas is in the house. How you doing, brother?
How's it going?
Good, man. Good. Like I said, just before we opened up, you had a little spill last night.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, to say the least, right?
It's been an interesting week.
Yeah, boy. It just seems to come and go, doesn't it?
Yes.
And damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yes, sir.
So we got a lot to talk about, brother. I've been jamming out to your music big time.
Well, let's get to it.
Let's get to it. All right. I don't want to talk about music right now. I want to talk about you. I want to get in your head. Can I do that?
Sure.
All right. Let's crawl on that ear. Let's get into that mind. Let's take a journey. Let's go back. I think I want to take you to 12 because I'm thinking you're an early blossoming rock and roll star. At 12, what were you listening to?
Well, so when I was 12, my parents, we grew up on classic rock. My parents were Kiss, Def Leppard, Motley Crue fans. So, I'd never thought about doing music. I mean, I had an interest because when I was 6 and in first grade, I played the clarinet in the school band in elementary school. But then, right around when I turned 12, my dad had these bootleg tapes of Kiss. And I remember him being all excited about it, like VHS tapes. And he had the show of Kiss Live 1977. I believe it was September 2nd, Love Gun Tour at the Summit in Houston. And I just remember they opened with I Stole Your Love and Paul Stanley. They're coming down the risers. And he's just strumming chords and pointing at the girls. And I just looked at the TV, looked at my dad and said, I want to do that.
I was in the same shoes. So you're listening to a lot of the classic rock and Kiss and stuff like that, and Dad influenced you. So when did you pick up your first instrument?
So after that point, I wanted to get a guitar. So I talked to, I believe around that time, it's a long time ago, so I'm trying to remember the exact timeline, but it was definitely before my birthday. Okay. And I used my birthday money to buy my first guitar, but I was short. So my dad, made me a deal that he would cover the rest of it. I just had to pay most of it. And so I bought my first guitar, I started taking lessons, and
Nice.
Here we are.
Here we are. What was that first guitar?
I still have it. It's a PV Raptor Plus. It's blue.
Oh, Blue Rapture. Oh, I still have my first guitar, 72 Circle K.
I can't part with it. It's too important, too sentimental. I think actually, I think it's old enough to buy a beer now.
I think so. It's probably worth that much. It's great.
I'm 33, so it's 21 years I've been playing. Yeah.
33 years old. All right. Teenager now, 18 years old. You've had to have been thinking about a band and joining a band or putting one together. When did you do that?
So I started when I was 15. So my brother,
15.
After I got a guitar, I told my brother to play drums. I said he's going to be the drummer. I just told him that's what he's going to do. He didn't have a choice. And he got a drum set for Christmas that year. And then, so it's probably when I was 13. So we had 13, we just had like a band in the basement, we weren't that good, but we had to work up to it. But we played our first show December 3rd, 2005. So I was 14 when I played my first show. Yeah.
How old? Oh my God, I feel old. Anyways, so 2005, when did you come out with Christian Shields Band?
Oh, so this is much later. So Christian Shields Band started in 2018.
Okay.
And that was, as a result of me moving to Texas, and I had a band with my brother here, and it ended up just falling apart like bands do.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided that if, not to go out solo as an ego stroke, but I decided with my knowledge and everything that I've done, I decided that I'm just gonna, put a band together, get hired guns, that way if somebody leaves or whatever, the project doesn't stop. It's a lot of thing that I believe, not to make an aside here, but I think a lot of people don't realize when they don't understand when bands break up, they're like, why do they bring in these hired people? And it's like, well, they want to keep it going.
Exactly. Oh yeah. So, they don't understand that part of it.
Yeah, and I just decided after that point, I was just like, you know what, it's going to be fun for me or I'm not doing it. So I want to do the things that I want to do. And, so far, so good.
Good. Now, you turned out to be a hell of a guitar player. Well, now let's talk about your vocals. Strong, powerful, excellent. Now, did you do choir back then when you were young, or you just sang to the radio?
No, I wanted to. Where I first got into wanting to sing like super high is I was listening to The Darkness a lot. So Justin Hawkins is one of my influences. And I wanted to kind of emulate being able to do that. And then I got into Millie from Steelheart, and I just wanted to try to push it further and further and further. And I worked with a vocal coach. My vocal coach is Carlos Zema from Immortal Guardian. And he really helped me, really expand my ability in what I can do. And, I just wanted to push it to see where I could go with it.
It's amazing. Now, 2018, this started. The band that you have now, is that all original members?
Yes.
It is. Good. Because I'm watching, and it looks like you're all best friends. Did you know each other before you formed the band?
So, no. So when I came down to how I met the guys was, I did the project. Originally, it was myself. I was going to have my brother play, but he ended up getting fired off the record while we were making it. And it was just different. It's just not, it wasn't fitting for him. And like I said, I'm trying to keep it vague on purpose.
Right.
And then we had another bass player and a guitar player, but it kind of wasn't working out with them. And then, so Marshall Benson, I've had my eye on him for a while. Like, he's from Oakland, California, and he moved here, I think right around the time I moved to Austin. We didn't know each other yet, or he moved here a little bit before that. And we met because I was interning at a recording studio, and his band was cutting his band that he was in. I think they were called First Year Fight. They were making an EP, and I was engineering some of the guitar tracks. And while he was playing, I made a suggestion for something to him to play. And I recall he didn't say something mean, but it wasn't kind. And basically he thought I was an idiot. So he didn't like me at first, but after that session, I remember the head producer at the studio and I talking, and Santo was the producer's name, and he goes, "That's the guitar player you need to work with." And I said, "I know."
Yeah.
Like we just knew. So,
right.
And to me, I always refer it to he's like the pretty girl you got to talk to. He was like across the room, and I was nervous, and I finally asked him to be a part of this, and we've been inseparable ever since.
That is wonderful.
He's half the sound too. It's not all me. He's half the sound.
Oh my! All of you are the sound. It's incredible what you guys are doing.
Right.
It is amazing. I mean,
for Ram, the drummer, I asked who the best drummer in Austin was, and a bunch of people told me Ram, and I never met him before, and so we met, and I hired him, and then for Jake, the bass player, I had another bass player before Jake, and he couldn't commit to the amount of shows that we were doing, and Jake is actually a guitar player, and he was a fan. He actually came to a couple shows as a fan.
Sweet.
And Marshall suggested to me, he goes, he goes, "Hey, what about Jake to play bass, whatever." And so I saw a video of him singing and playing, and I was like, yeah. And then the rest is it's just been, been history since then.
Beautiful, because you're all seasoned veteran players, obviously. I mean, Rum on the drums is spanking them hard on what he's got, a 4-piece, maybe 5.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, he's from Tel Aviv, Israel. So.
Oh man, he hits them hard.
Yeah, so he's traveled around the world playing, and then Jake is from Los Angeles, Simi Valley, California. So, and I'm the only one from the East Coast. I'm from Warwick, Rhode Island, the town most people don't know.
Rhode Island. Okay, Rhode Island to Texas. No Christmas, no summer. I mean, no winter, I should say.
I've only lived 2 places my entire life. I've only lived in Rhode Island and Texas. That's it.
Oh, okay. Well, I think you're going to be traveling a lot. You probably do, but we'll get to that in a second here. Now, everybody, podcast land, why don't you right now, Christian, tell everybody out there where they can go find your music, your information, and all that?
So the easiest way is you can Google me, or you can go to ChristianShieldsRocks.com. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, Deezer, Tidal, the internet. I'm on everything. Social media, Facebook.com/Christian Shields. On Instagram at Christian Shields Live. TikTok, Christian Shields 23. And on X, Chris Shields 23.
There you go. Oh, yeah. I didn't remember any of that. Oh, my God. No, I got it. That's so 2018 to now, how many EPs we got out?
So I just have the one record, and the record came out 2020. And what happened was the day that I released it was the day that the government announced the COVID lockdowns. So basically, like, we lost 2 years, but I'm currently working on new material, but I'm probably not going to do records from this point forward. I think it's just going to be strictly singles. Because most people don't add albums to playlists. They only add a song or two. And, the industry has changed so much that you don't need to tour in support of an album anymore. I don't think it's exclusive. I think they're separate. So, obviously you want to put out new music for the fans, but, the show aspect is different than the music. They're not necessarily sure they help each other, but they're not mutually exclusive.
They're not conducive to each other, right? Now, do you do all the writing and bring it to the band?
I do, but I have done some collaborations lately. The new single that's going to be coming out is going to be a collaboration between myself and John Moyer from Disturbed.
Oh, I want to hear that. I can't wait to hear that. Incredible, man. Okay, I was looking around. Well, you got a lot of fans loving what you're doing. What do you think of that?
I mean, I'm grateful for the fans. I want to get more, and I want to keep expanding, of course. Like, who doesn't? More isn't a bad word, as Gene Simmons says.
Exactly.
Like I said, going back to the writing thing, I do primarily write everything, but, like, again, I don't have all the ideas. I'm not going to pretend to be the cat's ass, as they say. I am, just whatever. My rule is whatever makes sense. I'll do it.
Good deal. Good deal. Your own boss. That's right. Now, you're very busy, and I got to ask, do you have PR management team behind you?
Nope. I do everything myself currently. And my thought process for that is, sure, I would love to have some people to shoulder the weight, but if you're paying these people, they better be damn good at what they do and worth the money.
You got it. You got it, man. That's
there's
right.
a lot of people, not to interrupt you, Al, but there's a lot of people in this industry that promise the moon, and you're paying them, and they really don't. They don't come through. So,
No.
I mean, I'm not trying to insult anybody. I'm not pointing the finger at anybody. I'll just say, if the shoe fits, wear it. But you know, it's just, I don't think it makes sense at this stage. I mean, somebody comes along and it makes that, again, I go back to my rule. If it makes sense, I'll do it.
There you go. I've been doing this since 97. My foot's still up a lot of asses out there for what they do. And warn the bands coming up, you're like a tree growing. There's a lot of branches. You're going to meet a lot of people. Be wary of that smile that promises you everything.
Well, usually if it's too good to be true, it is. I know there's a lot of cliches. We'll probably toss around a lot of them during this podcast, but there's a reason for it. Just as long as you don't give me the advice, fake it till you make it, I'm gonna shake my head at that. That is the worst advice anybody could give.
I agree with you. Now, are you playing out every weekend?
I was, but right now I'm kind of going light on the show schedule, only because I'm focusing on writing. So basically any shows that I'm taking right now is stuff that I've been offered. I'm not actively booking other than that.
Okay. Now, any tours in the works?
No tours in the works either. Like I said, I'm focusing on writing, getting the new single and all that stuff. I don't want to rule it out, but I'm just saying, like, I'm keeping my focus in one spot at the moment.
Okay, it's a possibility, because I'm going down the page and I see, October 17th, White Lion.
Yep.
Oh, that's going to be an awesome show.
No, I'm excited. I'm super stoked. Mike Tramp is one of my favorite singers, so it's going to be awesome.
Oh, man. With you two together, I hope that you guys all come together on stage and play a song together, all of you.
I don't think that'll happen, but you never know.
You just never know, right? You just don't know. Just ask, do it. That's good. Now, I want to ask you, do you like venues that are a little smaller where the people are up close, pretty much right next to you, or do you like it more of a bigger stage where the people are 20 feet away?
I really don't have a preference. To me, I give the same show no matter the environment, no matter the people that are there. You know,
okay.
My goal is I want the audience to have a good time. You know, I want people to come out and see me play. You know, I want them to I don't want them to be like, oh, you know, I can just go home and listen to the record. Sure, do that. Please listen to the record and show all your friends. But I want them to come out and have an experience and have a great time. And, you know, I make myself available after every show, so that way I hang out with everybody. I talk to everybody. You know, maybe at some point that won't be feasible, but right now I'm enjoying it.
Great, Christian. I love it, and they love it too out there. Any endorsements?
I do not have any.
No, we got to work on that one. Endorsements. Oh,
I know. I wish I had an endorsement with Gibson. Gibson, if you're listening, give me a couple guitars. I even named my cat. I named my cat after your brand. My cat's name is Gibson Les Paul.
There you go. We need some Gibsons to endorse Christian Shields, and it'd be well worth it. Well worth it. Oh, yes. All right, let's jump to a few fun questions before we get back to some music, all right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. What am I going to start with? All right. Anywhere in the world, we get to answer with two answers. What two stages? Anywhere in the world, what two stages you want to perform on?
I would say Budokan, Tokyo.
Oh, yeah.
And Donington in England.
Oh, I haven't heard that one come up yet. Nice. Great places to be. Oh, Budokan. Oh, I'd love to see you there. Man. All right. You get two answers for this next one. They're people. One alive, one passed away. Who you want to grace the stage with and perform with? Who do you really want to be on the stage with?
Well, alive would be Paul Stanley from Kiss.
Yes.
And dead, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I got to think about this. I know there's going to be some dead air, but.
That's all right, man. It's your show.
Probably dead. Let's just say probably Freddie Mercury from Queen.
Freddie. Beautiful. What a beautiful man he was. Beautiful vocals. I love those answers. Thank you for that. All right. Here's one for you. I love this question and the answer to this one. You're on the stage. You and the boys getting on the stage, or do your thing. You got a crowd of, say, 500 people out there, maybe more. I don't know. You hit that first chord, you start singing, people start coming towards you, start moving. Maybe you see them singing to you. I don't know. But when you do see that, Christian, it's got to slap you back in your heart. How's it make your heart feel?
Well, to me, stage feels like home. There's no, I mean, I've never done any hard drugs, so I don't know what the, I don't know what that high feels like. But I'll tell you that the high that you get, it's like it feels like a charge of electricity goes through your body. It's crazy. The energy, the atmosphere, it's no better feeling.
And it's beautiful because you remember every one of those moments, no matter if there's 1,000 of them.
Yeah, I do.
They do. I remember them, and you're going to remember them too. That's a great thing. A little crazier in my day, but you've seen it probably too. So,
I've seen some stuff. Believe me, it's just I would say it's not necessarily a matter of comparison of crazier back in the day or not. It's just different.
Yeah. Well, we were freaking stupid in the 80s. Oh my God. I mean, it's pretty simple. Look at us idiots, what we did. But anyways, let's move on. Okay. Now, this might happen to you because most of my rock and rollers and heavy metalers, this has happened. Any embarrassing moment on stage?
Embarrassing moment on stage would be, there's been times where like I'll say the wrong city name. That's pretty embarrassing. Or forgetting lyrics. It happens. Or when I'm playing, I play harmonized solos with Marshall, and if we screw up the harmony and it sounds awful, those are pretty embarrassing moments, I would say. It's happened. It's not often, but it's happened a few times.
It's happened a few. You ever throw the guitar, see if you can swing it?
No. Nope.
No, I'm not gonna do that to the Gibson.
No, absolutely not. Those guitars are expensive, and I'm not endorsed, so I can't do that.
Right, can't do what Paul does at the end of the show. Oh, that's beautiful. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. Okay. Now, you said you did some collaborations. Is that something more you want to get involved with, collaborating with others?
It's always been a thing. Like I've never been opposed to it. It's just that call me and we'll set it up. Or if there's somebody I'm interested in collaborating with, I'll get in touch with them. It just hasn't been a point of I just haven't really, I was focused on other things. And then, the thing I'm doing with John just happened to come across. So why not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool, man. Cool. Now, I wanted to ask you this just a minute ago. When you're on stage and you're performing your butt off and you're done and all you guys leave the stage, you pack up and you're saying adios, how long does it take you to unwind?
I can unwind pretty quickly. I can definitely separate. I'm a headspace guy. So like once the show's over and once business is concluded and I'm on my way home, if we're on the road, we'll stay in a hotel, and the guys are surprised at how fast I can fall asleep. And it's because of, from years of on the road and stuff like that, you just learn to be able to sleep anywhere and in any situation. So, I don't know. I sometimes I would say I have more trouble falling asleep at home than I do after shows or anything like that, because I feel accomplished. So I feel like at the end of the day, I can rest my head.
Well, good. I like that answer. I like that. I know it takes my mind.
And I was gonna say, it's not to interrupt you again now, but I'm not a party guy. Like I like to after the show, like after the loud music and all that, I like to just chill. I like to relax and just, good night's sleep. Good night's sleep is key to everything.
It is. If I have the unfortunate thing of think too much, go over things. How did that go? This go, that, and this. But just let it go, I guess. Move on to the next day.
I used to do that. And obviously, if there's something that needs to be fixed, we'll address it. Like the band and I will talk about stuff. But we already played the show. So whatever happened, happened. You can't go back in time and change it. You can only move forward from it. So I don't dwell on it. I tend to move on really quickly, especially if it's like I said, if it wasn't a good turnout or something. Sometimes it can be disappointing. But, you got to turn the page and keep going.
Yeah,
you can't dwell on that.
Exactly. Now, are you getting any radio play, press, anything like that?
I mean, I have gotten radio play, but I don't know what's going on at the moment. I mean, I've been played in Brooklyn, New York. I've been played in Rhode Island, Laconia, New Hampshire, Baltimore, various radio stations in Texas, Los Angeles, Nevada.
Beautiful.
I mean, I'm not currently promoting a release. I think we pretty much finished up promotion of Raise 'Em Up, that single. So, I mean, when the next thing comes out, we'll see. Radio's interesting because, a lot of it's playlisting now. So unless you have like an aggregator to help you get on the playlist, or if there's like a local show that plays local, or I shouldn't say local show, unless there's a show that plays quote unquote unsigned bands.
Yeah.
Those are starting to go by the wayside. So it's tough.
It is. It's unfortunate. It's hard to get on good radio stations. Sucks. It really does. It really does.
Well,
Let's talk. Go ahead.
Well, terrestrial radio now is, I'm not sure if it's what's making or breaking bands. I mean, it's important, but it doesn't seem where people go to listen to or check out new music now.
Mm-mm. No, I don't even play the radio on the car. I don't listen to commercial music. It's all, the local or national acts. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Let's talk music now. Okay. Let's just go to Rise 'Em Up. What the hell? That was a hell of a party you had in the house.
Raise 'Em Up. Yeah, it was great. That was fun. It was a fun video to shoot.
That was incredible. I have so much fun listening to it. It brings me back to the 80s of having a great time and, just doing what was the keg stand your drummer did?
Yeah, we had Ram do it because Ram doesn't drink. He doesn't drink, so we thought it'd be funny to have him do it.
That was great. And
I don't drink either, but I'm not against having one or two. Like, he will not drink a single beer at all.
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong
no, it was
with
not.
that.
I'm just saying that's kind of like we decided to throw some Easter eggs in there for ourselves or for things that people who know us personally will get. It was just fun.
It's a lot of fun to watch you guys, and I look at it as it being a high school, college theme song. Actually, I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, we tried to keep it like. Well, first we were trying to do like college age and stuff like that, but then it was just kind of like we just wanted to make it like very just what you would do for a house party. Nothing super crazy big, but like anything. Again, we were just flying. We kind of flew by the seat of our pants doing that because there was a lot of stuff that went sideways, but that's all part of the fun.
At least the house is still standing.
Oh yeah, the house is fine. We cleaned up afterwards. We were not jerks.
That's great. Now, who produced that? Came up with the concept and did the editing and put it all together.
So I hired Penny Rock Productions. They're here in Austin, Texas. Boudreaux Partita, he was the director of it. John Jew was the producer of it. I was gonna produce it, but I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm hiring somebody to do it. That way I don't have to deal with the stress of it. And I couldn't be happy. It's like, let them just kind of tell me what to do. And it worked out.
Good deal. That's years of editing have aged me. I don't like it at one bit. No. There's people out there that do. Now I want to talk about. Go ahead.
I mean, I'll produce stuff and all that stuff, but like it's like sometimes I like looking at a producer like a coach, especially a good producer. They're like a coach. Mm-hmm. They're just trying to get the best possible visual or whatever or performance out of you. So I understand my strengths and weaknesses and my limitations. I'm a pretty self-aware person. So and again, I'm not egotistical enough to believe that I have all the ideas because I don't.
You don't. No, you're always learning in this business. You are. Let's talk about a few other songs. I think I want to go back. I want to go to this one, Without You.
Yeah.
That song. That's more of a ballady song with some rock.
Yeah.
I love it.
Great song. Yeah. I like it too. I just, I mean, I don't know what's to say about it. It's great.
It is great. It is a great song. And I'm going to jump on this one, the 2024 Sizzle Reel. I like that too.
Well, yeah, that's the new promotion thing. Bands now are moving away from press kits and they're doing more of that stuff. So it's like a commercial for your band. It's a promo. It's like a teaser trailer for your band. Obviously, because of TikTok and all that stuff, visual content is king. So that's that's the thing. Like people listen with their eyes a lot of times. And Jason McMaster from Dangerous Toys told me, he goes, yes, they may listen with their eyes, but their ears follow. And he's right.
He's absolutely right. And what's nice is you get a very keen eye on, what to have in the videos and to have shot and stuff like that. It's just all interesting. It keeps you attracted to it.
Again, but that wasn't me. That was me hiring. I hired a guy to do it, and and he produced.
They did a great job. Great
His name's
people.
Jeremy Smith.
Good props to Jeremy. All right, Jeremy Smith. Great job, my friend. And this song here, I'm loving this one right here. Rock and Roll.
Mm-hmm.
That is something else. That brought me back, of course, to the Kiss days.
Well, that was the first. That was the first song that was written for my solo thing, and I wrote it in 5 minutes.
You wrote in 5 minutes, really?
Yeah, I just wrote it. It just came quick. Maybe it was a little bit more than 5 minutes. I'm kind of exaggerating, but to me, it was just I picked up a guitar and started playing, and it just came out. And to me, it's like the story of me. Rock and roll is all I know, and I think a lot of people can relate to it. When I try to write, I try to keep the perspective on point in a song. I try not to jump perspectives, and I try to be specific but also ambiguous because I want people to be able to, I want them to attach themselves to the song as well. Like, again, It's for you, it's for me. It's not just for me. Sure, I enjoy playing it and writing it, and if it's fun for me, it's going to be fun for other people too.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you are a true entertainer, performer, and a hell of a front man. I mean, you are. And I know you get the crowd going and they get you going. And how do I want to put this? Let's say you got signed. It was $1 million deal. What would you do to the stage? Because you're all over. You're very, like I said, a hell of a performer, entertainer. Would you want some props out there? What would you want?
Well, I would probably, get some, maybe a little bit. Actually, I wouldn't say maybe. I would do like probably a little bit more extravagant outfits, not like 80s, but it would definitely be glam. But I would think it would be like modern glam.
Yeah.
And I'd have to hire somebody, and I'd have to get in this headspace to see it. I mean, we don't use amps and stuff. Everything's digital in the box, Axe Effects. So as far as gear, the stage would be light. I think we would just add pyro, maybe. I think that'd be the only thing I would do if I had money and I'd add pyro.
You got to have the cans, man. You got to have them throwing that 30-foot flame in the air.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Explosions left and right. Now, of course, we got to have the drum rise up, a lead solo for 10 minutes. We need to have you on a riser going above everybody's head. Oh, yeah.
Sure. Like I said, if and when it comes to that point of having that kind of money, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself.
Call me. I want to be your tour manager.
Maybe we'll see. It's gonna make sense, Al. My rule. It's gonna make sense.
It's got to make sense. That's right, brother. That's got to make sense. Christian Shields, it's been a pleasure to have you on a podcast today, my friend. Let's ask you this: 5 years from now, where you see yourself at?
Well, if I stay on the current path, I just think that I'll probably be touring pretty consistently, and I'll probably do with my new thing of probably putting out maybe 2 or 3 singles a year. Because like I said, like everybody's going to be moving away from records. So I think 2 or 3 singles a year and it's just touring.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah. And I think that's pretty much what it's going to be in 5 years is that's just going to be more consistent. I think consistency is the key word here.
Consistency. Yes. And I think you're doing a great job at that. Now, I usually don't do this, but I want to do this. And it is to hit this button right here. You hear that?
Yes.
That's you.
I know.
Let's turn it up a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, Christian Shields in the house. Podcast land, you're getting a little taste of it right here now. Let's listen for a second. Some badass stuff going on.
Yeah.
I need to come and hang a party with you guys.
Yeah. Well, our parties are pretty tame. Contrary to what that video portrays, we're pretty chill.
Well, Big Al and little boys are going to take a bus out there. We're going to liven it up for you. How's this sound?
That would be amazing.
Christian Seals, like I said, thank you very much for gracing the podcast today. I want you back in 6 months to a year. I want to find out what you're doing and where you're at. All right, brother?
All right, let's do it, Al. I'd love to.
Stay in touch. You need anything from me, business-wise or personal, just give me a call. All right, or get a hold of me on the text.
All right, thanks.
No problem. All right, everybody on podcast land, we're going to get out of here. Thank you to Christian Shields. Check him out wherever he is. He's in Texas out there in the Austin area, right?
Yes, sir. Follow me on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, Deezer, Tidal. Go to my website, christianshieldsrocks.com. Sign up for my email list. Facebook, Christian Shields, YouTube, Christian Shields, Instagram at Christian Shields Live, TikTok, Christian Shields 23, and on X at Chris Shields 23.
There you got it, people. So check Christian Shields out. You're not going to be disappointed. And you're just going to put all the songs on repeat because I have. It's great, man. Turn the speakers up and get off your feet, people. You're going to love this. Thank you, my friend. Any last words? Anybody you want to thank or say hey to?
I just want to thank you for having me, Al. Thank all the fans. Thank everybody for listening. And be sure to tell all your friends. Word of mouth is always the most effective method of promotion.
There you go. Christian couldn't have said it better than I could. So we're out of here, everybody. You have a good one. Check out the past shows, the future shows, and whatever we're doing with No Cover TV. You just never know what I'm up to. Christian, we're out of here. I'll get this to the platforms. I'll send you the link. All right, brother?
Sounds good. Thanks, Al.
All right. Thank you. Take care. We're out of here. Peace, brother.
Bye.
Bye.